was Gabe Zollner. I made a video on this, and I have to do another one because the one that I did, apparently for whatever reason, wasn't in focus. Hopefully this one is. And this is to do with psychotropic drugs. Now, I don't know if you're aware of the kind of revenues that are generated in the industry, but what I will tell you is that it's the most profitable industry in this country. Absolutely most profitable. Now, if I told you that it generated $200 billion, would that be impressive? How about if I said it did $250 billion? $300 billion? How about $330 billion? That's the kind of revenue that flows through the pharmaceutical industry per year. Now, the sad part is, based on the psychotropic drugs, they estimate there's on average around 42,000 deaths. And those deaths are directly attributed to individuals that were prescribed and were being treated with these psychotropic drugs. There's a drug by the name of Xanax, which you may or may not have heard of. Xanax is known to be more addictive than heroin and or cocaine. Now, the withdrawal process to get off of these drugs takes between 18 and 24 months. And in all instances, it has to be done through close medical supervision. The danger lies when people are treated with these drugs and the patient becomes addicted, and then they become abusive. We are all in all probability witnessing what happens when some of these people decide that they want to kill themselves. And unfortunately, in the cases like with Adam Lanza, James Holmes, I mean, the guy couldn't be normal with red hair. Jared Loughner, just look at him. Did he look like he was not completely out of his mind? And Major Nadal Hassan. Now, his drug might have been Islam. I don't know, but it'd be interesting if they did do any blood work on him right after the shooting to see if he was also taking some medication that might have even been self-prescribed and self-administered. I have no idea. And then again, if it wasn't drugs with him, his drug was Islam. But what's really scary is that the focus now in the United States and by Obama and his administration is guns. Guns aren't the problem. These people are the problem that have abused drugs. You take a look at this most recent shooting that took place. Now, Mr. Kyle, you know, he was, I think he was credited with 160 confirmed sniper kills, Eric Kyle, and his neighbor, Littlefield. He was, Chad Littlefield. He was also murdered. And the person that murdered him was a 24-year-old soldier that both Chad Littlefield and Kyle were trying to help him deal with the post-traumatic distress that that individual was going through. And what's really amazing is that individual was arrested on a number of occasions recently, and he was admitted into psychiatric facilities, yet he was allowed to wander the streets. You want to bet that he was prescribed psychotropic drugs? You want to bet that that's why he did what he did? Doesn't excuse it, but nor does it excuse the drug industry, knowing that there's so many people in this country that are addicted to their drugs. And some of them become violent, and when they decide to kill themselves, they don't want to go alone. So where should the focus be? Should it be on guns, or should it be on the pharmaceutical industry? The pharmaceutical industry wants us to keep the focus on guns, but the American people should demand that the focus be put on the pharmaceutical industry. And while they're at it, they need to demand that the focus should also be put on where? Benghazi. Benghazi is the key, and guns aren't the problem. People are the problem. People that are ill, people that have become highly addicted to these psychotropic drugs. That, my friends, are the problem.